So let me tell you a story about a remarkable woman that I know. She is tenacious. She's brilliant. She's ambitious. She's remarkable. She equipped me with so many antidotes that I now take in my daily life. I have so much to thank her for. She would say, walk fast and carry a pen. Dress impeccably, because you never know who you're going to meet. Common sense is the simplest thing in the world. If you have that, you have everything. Let people see your face when you're walking down the street. Look up. Today, I call these mommyisms. Yeah, right. My mom is the wind beneath my wings. I often liken myself to a bird in a cage with a broken leg and the gate wide open. Why don't I just fly? I'll tell you about my mom. My mom grew up as one of 12 in the city of Philadelphia, and she was the middle child. And I think for that reason, she felt like she always needed to be seen. So everything that she did in her life was so that she could be seen and recognized and noticed. And you needed to know she was there. I get it now. I remember the story that she told me of when she wanted to celebrate her birthday. And in her family, they were unfortunate. They didn't have the opportunity to celebrate birthdays. They didn't have birthday parties, let alone a birthday cake. And my grandmother had baked a cake for Sunday morning church. And my mother said she took it upon herself to decide that she was going to give herself a birthday party. And she invited all her friends over, and they proceeded to eat this cake and have a birthday party celebration for her. She didn't think her mother would have minded so much, but needless to say, that did not go over well. It didn't make for a nice Sunday afternoon. But I understood why she did it. And now today, my mother has been meticulous about birthdays. Birthdays are extremely, and when I say extremely, extremely important. My mother's mommyism, I remember now. The day you're born is the most important day of your life. And so we always celebrated it. My mother went on, as some people know, to work for a major department store. It was called Gimbel's. And she made an illustrious career out of it. And only recently, and unfortunately, after her passing, had she really been fully recognized as the first African-American buyer in a major department store. At the time, to us, she was just mom. She was just someone that was working hard to be her best self and to give the best and do the best for her family. I remember when I started into the corporate world, just working, and my mother told me a story of how she was on the elevator, and there was a conversation taking place between two Caucasian colleagues, and they were talking about someone else and their performance. And they proceeded to have this conversation, and my mother said she was in the back of the elevator. And she remembers that the last comment that the one gentleman made was, well, she was doing pretty good till she wouldn't put that ring in her nose. And my mother says she realized that that was a very close friend of hers that she worked with. And as history would have told, or has told, she went on to this other woman to work at the cosmetic counter for as long as she wanted to, but she never proceeded further than that. And my mother went on to be a buyer And it was a very valuable lesson to her, albeit quite sad. Because in light of that, my mother always said to us, you know what? Always remember to be your authentic self. And it's hard to be your authentic self when you're trying to live in your purpose and you're trying to also sustain for your family. But do it anyway. I could see her yelling across the kitchen table in the morning. She did a lot just to make sure that we were able to do better and be better. Can't ask for more than that. My mom was a force to be reckoned with. And people that know her well. She was incredibly smart. She always challenged things. If you asked her something, her first question would be why. She never was afraid to ask why or why not. And she could debate with the best of them. And then I know growing up it was hard because it seemed like my mother was just, oh, Mom, give me a break. Can't you just give it to me already? But I realized that she was preparing us for life. And the fact that, unfortunate for us, we may have to continually prove ourselves. And we may have to continually ask why. And we may continually have to be able to give the answers. But do it anyway and keep pursuing and be the person that you want to be. I miss her so much. And I wish that I could tell her how much she made an impact in my life. I know I told her, you say, Mom, I love you when this Mother's Day comes around or her birthday comes around. But it's true what they say, give people their flowers while they are alive. And even though we threw big birthday parties for her, because she did love birthday parties, so I remember we threw the biggest surprise birthday party for her. There's still so much more that I want to tell her. Still so much more. Well, I'll just say, Mommy, you made me incredibly strong. And I am going to spend the rest of my life dedicated to living your purpose for you, being what you want me to be. I am you. I'm going to be that woman for you. And I'm going to teach other women to walk in their purpose. And don't take no for an answer. You only get one life. You only get one. So you better live it. Now I understand why you always ask me to be strong. Because I didn't know I would need so much strength to be able to move forward on what it is that I want to do. I didn't know it had to be so strong to get past losing you. I love you, Mommy. I am that bird.